Forward on this. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this week of Oil Camp. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you. And we are recording so you guys can watch this anytime. As we move into summer, this is going to be some great tips for you guys to use in so many different ways. We're going to talk about cooking and outdoors and the sun and all the things. So be super fun. And if you want a copy of this PowerPoint and some of the different recipes that we mention, just either reach out to whoever sent you this video or comment in the comments below in the YouTube video, and we will hook you up with the recipe of your choice. So first off, just again, thank you everybody for coming. And it's so important for us to continue to grow our knowledge of essential oils. As we get this into our minds, we can more readily get into the habit of having these natural alternatives in our lives to help reduce that toxic load and just have a really vibrant life. So most of you probably already know why doTERRA, but I just want to talk really quick about doTERRA's quality, some of the things that we're going to suggest here regarding some internal use and things like that. This is only for doTERRA, because with doTERRA's essential oils, their quality is so high, their testing is so extensive, third party, all the things, sourcing is what nobody else is doing in the whole world, so that we can be confident with how we're using these essential oils, that what is in them is what will always be in them and will not do harm, right? So that's why when I'm speaking of the essential oils, I'm speaking exclusively of doTERRA's, most tested, most trusted. And so there's over 100 different essential oils that are sourced from more than 40 different nations. And so with that, we have literally the whole world of these powerful plant medicines at our fingertips to use in so many different ways throughout the summer. Geranium here is one of my favorites these days. I'm learning more and more about it. I've been using essential oils for 9 years, yet I haven't fallen in love with geranium until recently. This is a powerful oil, not only for emotions, but also for your skin. And a lot of times we think of summer, we think of protecting the skin. So I love this oil here. There's 3 different ways we can use them. One I already mentioned with the internal aspect. Then also we've got topical and aromatic. So breathing them in, aromatic, affecting our emotions, our respiratory system, things like that. For topically, we're going at a specific place that we are needing the support for our systems. And then if we're wanting a whole system effect, that's typically when we're going to use internally. Okay, so let's talk about some outdoor products to always have on hand. TerraShield is a great one. This is your DEET replacement. Okay, guys. There's so many studies out there now that have shown that this, the wonderful stuff that most of our parents, well, I know my parents had sprayed it on, and guilty before I knew, I sprayed this bug repellent stuff on my kids, not knowing the evidence that was out there of its cancer causing abilities. And so now I have this natural alternative with TerraShield. This essential oil blend really repels those bugs great. And then Tri-Ease is another really great one for, if I'm getting itchy eyes or runny nose, and for me, my ears start to itch at times. And I pop one of these soft gels. It has lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And it really just opens things up and helps my body not go nutso in those certain times of year, right? Sarah, have you tried either of these?
I haven't, but I'm excited to try TerraShield because I know Nicole talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm. And so if you have any of those little spray bottles, and I think it also, barring the shipping on the little spray tops hasn't held things up, they also have it already made in a spray bottle. Okay, so that's a really handy one to keep around. Okay, so with being super active outdoors here in Idaho, man, we love our rivers, we love our mountains, all the things, and so having the energy and help with like sore muscles and different things like that is super important. So Mito2 Max, that is natural cellular energy. Okay, we're not talking about caffeine. We're not talking about these different stimulants that might give you a temporary energy, but we're actually supporting our cells to help them make more energy with things like coenzyme Q10, which I mean, a lot of people hear about that. A lot of doctors are now prescribing and recommending increase in coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, right? Well, we already have something for that, and it has doTERRA's quality and that standard. So we know that this is going to be quality stuff that we're putting in our body. And who doesn't love Deep Blue Rub? So if you're watching this and you haven't tried Deep Blue Rub, reach out to the person that gave you this video, because we will hook you up with a sample and you will get the relief and just fall in love. Okay, so we can also use these essential oils for cooking. Like I talked to you about the internal aspect. There's so many different recipes out there. You know, Google doTERRA recipes, go to the doTERRA blog. They have so many recipes. Each of their magazines has cooking recipes. And because we're talking about essential oils like oregano, I've mentioned lemon, peppermint, rosemary, thyme, eucalyptus. I mean, you don't really cook with eucalyptus much, but basil, spearmint. I'm just thinking of different ones. Black pepper, cinnamon. I mean, so many different things. Coriander, marjoram, oregano, lime, grapefruit, orange, just several different citruses. So thinking about like in different recipes you have, like it might call for lemon zest, lemon zest. Well, that lemon zest, the flavor, the scent that comes from that as well, that is the essential oil, because you're literally taking the rind. These essential oils are coming from the rind, right? So that's a really great one to replace. And when you're cooking with them, start crazy small. So we're talking like 1 drop on like the citruses and things. Some of the hotter, really spicy, and you can tell when you smell it and it's like, whoo, whoa, okay. That one, you want to do like a toothpick in the little orifice of the essential oil bottle and then like swirl it around and see. I know it sounds silly, but it's enough. Trust me, 1 drop of essential oils is 40 million trillion molecules. So it's plenty. Let's see. Some of my favorites have been replacing some of these in marinades, because it gets in the meat and things so well, and also cooking with them in like an instant pot. It really just absorbs into all of the stuff. So give it a shot, replacing some of these in your favorite marinade, and let us know how it goes. Have you tried cooking with essential oils yet, Sarah?
Yes. And I just remember like at the beginning, it was so intimidating for me. Um, but I think one of the favorite things I ever made was over Christmas. I was making homemade cinnamon rolls and I put wild orange in the frosting and they
Oh,
tasted like creamsicle. Oh my gosh. And I got so many compliments everywhere. And I was like, it probably took like 2 drops of essential oil.
mm-hmm. And that's so cost effective too, right? And they don't go
Mm-hmm.
bad. Like a lot of
Yeah.
the, our dried herbs, they don't go bad, and it saves space because they're so compact. Yeah. Anyways, so many good things.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the favorites with staying cool this summer is peppermint. So that's, when it gets warm, we want to stay cool, and that's an important part, so you can keep going and having fun, right? So just like a little spray bottle with some water and peppermint oil, and you shake it up and like spraying it on your chest or on your back, or like just taking some and putting some on the back of your neck. It's such cooling effect. It's so wonderful. So the next, make sure that and that will also give you some respiratory support too, and helping with the lungs. So make sure that's one that you have on hand in your backpack, fanny pack, or whatever. It is an excellent oil to have on hand. All right, so you might want to take a screenshot of this puppy. And so this recipe for protection from the sun. So we have a half cup of olive oil, a fourth a cup of fractionated coconut oil. So fractionated coconut oil is a little different from the regular coconut oil that you're going to see out there. Sarah, I know you know, but the fractionated coconut oil is in liquid form at room temperature, and it has the stuff taken out of it that, sorry about that, that can go rancid. All right. So, so it's liquid at room temperature and it won't go bad. Wonderful, right? Fourth a cup of beeswax, 2 tablespoons of zinc oxide, 1 teaspoon of vitamin E, 2 tablespoons of shea butter, 12 drops of helichrysum. Now, I love, love, love helichrysum. You can play around with the different oils in this as well. Like if you don't have helichrysum on hand, I mean, it's a wonderful oil for the skin and great healing properties, and also with proper blood flow and things like that. Helichrysum is great. But thinking around the same lines, I mean, if you have like frankincense, if you have lavender, that geranium that I mentioned, that would also be an excellent one to put in there. Okay. So you're going to add everything except the zinc oxide and essential oil in a double boiler or like a glass measuring cup. Place that cup in like a fourth to or 1 to 2 inches of boiling water, and stir in those ingredients. Make it melt. Set it aside. Let it cool for a little while, like 3 minutes ish. Add the zinc oxide and the helichrysum and mix. Okay. Then you can pour it into a mason jar and store in a cool place. Fridge would be the best, really, and which would be also really nice if you're sunburned. It's nice and cool. Oh my goodness, it'd be divine. And it should last you like 6 months. Okay, so all the way through the summer season and then some. So, and then you can also think about maybe you're camping, right? You're camping, you get sunburn, and so you not only have the sun protection aspect, or you're getting hot, you're wanting to protect from the sun, but you also are wanting bug protection, right? So you could add some of the TerraShield into here as well, if you know you're going to be in an area not only with sun, but with also bugs. Okay, so you could have 2 different ones, same one, whatever, however you want to do it. Some other ones, if you don't have TerraShield, the citronella is a really good one, or arborvitae. That's also a good bug repellent. Okay, so after sun spray, sorry, that was above sun protection. This is after sun spray. And so with this one, pretty simple, okay? And you just have the oils and some water, and you just spray it on. So 20 drops of lavender, 20 drops of peppermint, and 20 drops of frankincense. So the peppermint has that cooling aspect, and the lavender and the frankincense is that cellular repair. So both of them have amazing properties of cellular biogenesis. Okay, so helping those cells repair properly without and making sure that they're not perpetuating and like replicating bad DNA. Okay, you picking up what I'm putting down here. So we're protecting our skin as well. So we're protecting it before, and then we're protecting it afterwards. And I'm sorry, I don't have all of the different ingredients that are in the other types of sunscreen and stuff like that. I don't have those harmful ingredients memorized. If our friend Lorelei was here, she could probably tell us. Sarah, do you know them perchance? Some of the different like harmful ones that are.
I don't. I wish Lorelai were here.
I
She would
know.
totally know.
Where's Lorelai when we need her?
I
Um,
know.
but if you wanted a list of those, I do have them in a different file. And so if you guys are watching this and would like them, I can get you that list of like ingredients to look out for. And yeah, so that you can make sure that you're protecting your skin, not just from the sun, but also from the stuff that we might be putting on our skin. But that's um, a whole different oil camp series, which you can find on our channel. All right, so just like one of those little 4-ounce spray bottles and then spraying it on your skin, and it's absolutely divine. And maybe mixing it with some lotion or something like that. And yeah, you're good to go. However you want to do that, just fit it into your routine. Okay, so with like keeping your hands clean and everything when we're camping and whatnot, it can be really simple to bring some great hand cleaner and things like that, hand soap. When I went camping last year, I just mixed up really quick some very simple hand soap. So had a spray bottle, and so it can be a soap, it can be in like a spray as well. The hand soap, since it's so compact, you could do it anywhere, you know, with a little bit of fraction of coconut oil, castile soap, and water with, like, I love to do On Guard and some citruses. Really simple, and it's hard to go wrong, right? So don't worry too much about it. It's like 1 to 2 tablespoons in like a normal size guy. So with this one of just, if we're wanting to just like spritz our hands, so we have like a little spray bottle, vitamin E, and you fill it half with water and then half with like an aloe vera gel and 8 drops of the On Guard protective blend, and then you shake well before you use it. So that's going to not only help cleanse the hands, but it's also going to be moisturizing as well. So I want to talk about some travel must-haves. We can probably start to travel a little bit now. Things are kind of opening up, and even in our backyard, these traveling things are fun too. So just remembering our immune support and things. We just having a handy roller bottle, if you want to have, I mean, you can do just the On Guard, but if you want to kind of take it next level, you can add some different things on here and really make it a powerful blend. So in like a 5-10 milliliter roller bottle, you could do 7 drops of frankincense, 7 of On Guard, 7 of Melaleuca, 7 of lemon, and then fill to the top with fractionated coconut oil. And so a really good place for that immune support is going to be along your spine or on your feet before you put on your shoes. And with the lemon in there, with any of the citruses, you want to be careful out in the sun, right? So this one wouldn't be one that you'd want to like lather on your arms or anything. Well, you wouldn't really typically put stuff on your arms, but if you're putting it on your spine, you're not going to go out and sunbathe right after that. But it would be a good one at the nighttime to put on, or like before you're leaving for a long trip or something in the car, being around a lot of people, being sedentary, that's hard on your immune system. So yeah. Some of the other ones with traveling, that peppermint is a great one, especially if you're the one driving, because it is such an energy boost. If I was getting tired, I'll put just like a drop under my tongue and whoo, it wakes you up. Okay. So yeah. Sarah, have you had were there any essential oils that you really like to take traveling? That's like, I do not leave home without this.
I normally have like an adaptive roller blend or a lavender roller blend just to help me calm down at the end of every night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when you're traveling and you're like up all day and then you want to like go the next day. It's nice to have something to bring you back down.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great point. Because in that new environment and whatnot, it can be difficult to fall asleep sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure, for sure. All right, so we already talked about the Terra Shield, and we definitely want to watch out for that too. Eucalyptus is another one, like if you're making kind of a supercharged one. I mentioned citronella, I mentioned arborvitae. Eucalyptus is actually a great one too, and it has cooling properties. Eucalyptus is very cool, cooling. Well, it's cool too. So we've mentioned lavender. I've also mentioned basil before. So when we're talking about helping with itch, lavender's a really good one. I really liked melaleuca as well. But if you want to prepare, you can have like a little roller prepared, like a little bug bite roller with it. Little recipe here. We've got 10 drops of basil, 5 of peppermint, and 5 of lavender. And then filling it up with fractionated coconut oil and putting that on there. And if it's kind of if it's more severe, like if it's a spider bite or something, I would recommend Purify, because that helps like breaking down any sort of toxins that might be in there. So yeah. So yeah. Have you encountered any bug bite stuff that has helped you?
I don't remember the recipe, but I did look up a bug bite roller bottle last year when I first got into oils, and it worked so well. And I actually ended up giving one as a gift to a friend last summer before one of her camp trips, and she loved it. So
Nice.
they work. Yeah.
That's awesome. So in the summertime and things, oftentimes we are gardening. Now, I myself am not a gardener. I'm not in that chapter of my life at the moment, but I know a lot of people are. And there are so many. I do know this, and it's been kind of fun. So ants hate peppermint. Just letting you know, they hate it. So it's really kind of fun to, if you have like an ant issue, like one of those little colony thingies coming up, and you put like a drop in that area, they like go away. It is crazy. They just get away from that peppermint as fast as their little legs can carry them. And so thinking about that, if you have an ant problem in your home or anything, spraying that along those different edges, like just putting some peppermint in a spray bottle with water and shaking it up and spraying in those different areas, yeah, it will work. Friend of mine just did a post, Melody just did a post about aphids and what she did for aphids as well. So if Melody Watts, let's see, what is she?
I need that.
Like
That's
Healthy
so
and
big.
Wise Mama, I think, on Instagram. And yeah, it's like Healthy and Wise Melody Watts. Ooh, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, she put it on, and the next day the aphids were like gone. So some of the other things for beetles, peppermint or thyme is good. Caterpillars, peppermint. Chiggers, lavender, lemongrass, or peppermint. So a lot of peppermint coming up. Cutworm, thyme oil. Fleas, lavender, lemongrass, peppermint. And now it makes sense that these essential oils would work, right? Because that is what the plants are using to keep away and like trying to keep them at bay so they don't eat them, right? So yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Flies, basil, clove, eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, or rosemary essential oil. So if you have like some different fly issues, we've got some portable diffusers, that we could take camping and diffuse out. And those are some really nice smells and keep those guys at bay. Gnats, interesting. Okay, I thought that gnats would be kind of similar to flies, but for gnats, it suggests patchouli oil. So I know, again, our friend Lorelai, she loves her patchouli and putting it on her like bracelets and things. So if you have one of those bracelets, or even like a necklace, things like that, that's a great place to put these essential oils to keep away the bugs. Um, Mosquitoes, another one is that you could maybe add is lavender or lemongrass, moths, lavender or peppermint. And so we can spray these on our plants. They're not going to be harmful for our plants and with keeping these away. So moss, lavender, peppermint, plant lice, peppermint, roaches, eucalyptus, slugs, white fur oil. Interesting. Snails, patchouli or white fur oil. Spiders, peppermint oil. Weevils, patchouli or sandalwood. And do you garden at all, Sarah?
Yes, I love gardening. So last year, all I did for bugs was I planted marigolds to just attract the good bugs. And then near the end of the season, I got like aphids on my kale. So I'm excited to try this stuff and see how it goes because I refuse to use pesticides and things on my garden.
Yes. So aphids, peppermint, sandalwood, or white fir is what it's
Nice.
saying. But I would check out Melody's post because I think she had
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
gonna
it might
go
have
look
been
at her
clove.
Instagram.
I think there was some clove in there,
Ooh, okay, cool.
but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
I'll go look.
But I was talking to a friend who has some pretty severe reactions to toxins and stuff, and we're talking about weeds and things. And one of them that she's very, very conscious of toxins and things, and she buys like a weed killer that has a lot of clove in it. And I was like, I have clove essential oil. So that's my next thing that I want to try because although we don't have like a garden, we do have weeds on our property. And again, I don't want to use the stuff that's a known possible carcinogen on our stuff and around my family. So yeah.
Yeah.
And are you just elbows deep picking them for any sort of weed?
Um, yeah, I have like a pretty good lot, and so we've done a good job of like putting weed barrier down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's helped, but like still within my garden, I have so much I haven't gotten to.
Mm,
And it's
yeah.
like all just different varieties. So I'm excited to try natural weed killer as well.
Yeah, I heard like some different ones with vinegar and a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
dish soap and just like citrus oils. That's what I was hearing in the essential oil chat, but then hearing it from a friend regarding that clove, I'm like, maybe
Add some of that.
that's
Yeah.
the way to go. Yeah. So
Why not?
I will keep you guys posted on that. Okay. So, like I said, there's a lot of different recipe collections out there at the doTERRA blog, like just so many. So, all of that looks delicious on there, and I want to eat it all. But yeah, so if you try one of these, let us know what you try, comment below, and yeah, we'd love to. Or if you want a suggestion, hey, what do you want for this? We'll definitely search it up for you. Okay, so and now remember with any of these, if you don't have them, you can get a doTERRA account. I mean, you can buy it retail, but it's like really expensive. So you can get a doTERRA account for $35, and then you can buy whatever you want for an entire year at 25% off. But we also have some bundle kits, and there's a kit that works for anyone, and it saves additional off of wholesale, and you don't pay that $35 fee. And there's no like monthly obligations and things like that. There is a monthly option called the Loyalty Rewards Program. So if you're missing any of these oils, you already have your account maybe, and you're wanting to add something to your collection, the Loyalty Rewards Program is the way to go. As long as you get one thing each month, your shipping gets reimbursed to you in points, And if you do like $50 in oils or 50, it's called PV in product, then you get an additional 10 to 30% back on your purchases, depending on how long you've been in the program. You can cancel anytime, any of that sort of stuff, but I mean, I've not seen any loyalty program in any grocery store anywhere that does 10 to 30% back. I mean, just think about that for a second. And so we're using this for cooking, we're using this for our skincare, we're using these oils for so many different things. So do the math for yourself, or if you want some help with it, let us know and we'll see if it is the best fit for you guys. Thank you so much for coming, Sarah. Thank you for giving us some wisdom on your end. And do you have any questions, or is there anything that you've been wondering about?
I don't have any questions. I am definitely super excited to try the Terra Shield for the bug spray, and then also the things in the garden. So those are all new for me.
Yay, awesome. Well, let us know how it goes. Let me know. I want to know.
I will.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, thank you, everyone, and take care.